All right, guys, so last big nerd news story of the week. We've been talking about Locke and Key
Woohoo!
for every single week for the past month. We've been eagerly awaiting with bated breath the first trailer for the Netflix show. Comes out February 7th. Well, this week we got our first trailer. We're gonna break this Locke and Key down section into two sections.
Yep.
We're going to break down the trailer in just a second, but before we do, we want to do a review of the pilot episode for Locke and Key. If you don't know, Sean and I used to work at Fox. We were Fox employees. We've seen the pilot episode for Locke and Key. We no longer work at Fox, just so you know. And
this pilot that never saw the light of day.
It's the pilot that was never seen.
Yeah.
You can dig deep on the internet and find it. It is out there, but it's not easy. It's not obtainium. It's unobtainium.
It's unobtainium.
So, but if you do get a chance to see it, well, if you don't get a chance to see it, let me just tell you right now, it's awesome.
It is. It's great.
It is dark. It is sometimes very scary. It's bloody. It's way more bloody and violent than I would expect.
Yeah, especially for a Fox show.
For a Fox show. Maybe that's why it didn't get picked up.
Maybe.
So what happens, basically, it starts out very calm and happy. It's very close to the source material, I gotta say.
I definitely agree.
It's insanely close to the comic books if you haven't read them. It starts out very calm and happy, but then it gets really dark when Sam Lesser, the murderer in the book, he shows up, we know, and he murders the Locke father.
No spoiler.
Spoiler
it
alert.
happens right in the first pages of the book.
So he shows up at the door, kills the Locke father, sends the Locke family off to their ancestral home of Key House. Key House looks awesome. I don't know where they found this location. Too. It's like this very castle. It's all stone. Looks really, really cool. We see Bodhi cruising through the house, and he finds the first key, which is the ghost key.
That's right.
He actually finds it in the hilt of a sword. I think in the book he found it on top of a bookcase.
Yeah.
We know in the new trailer he finds it in a oil painting, which we'll talk about in just a second.
Also looks cool.
So he finds it. He goes through the ghost door. Love the special effects in the ghost door.
Yeah, I know. They're
Done
great.
very well for 2011 Fox budget.
I know.
And then, of course, he goes to the well house. He runs into Dodge, who's in the bottom of the well. The girl who plays Dodge, I probably should have looked up who played her.
I know.
She steals the show.
She really does.
She absolutely crushes it. She does so well. She looks exactly the way that Gabriel Rodriguez drew the character in the comic books. Looks exactly like. Steals the show. Very creepy character, very pretty girl, but very evil, very dark, very demonic sort of character. Wow. And then it just gets really nuts. I mean, they put so much into this show. It's like the first 5 books crammed into one episode.
I know.
You see, obviously, Dodge in the well house, the murder of the Locke father. It goes all the way to the point where Nina Locke is in the wine cellar with the uncle. Sam Lesser locks her in the wine cellar, and then he goes and beats the crap out of the Locke children. They cram a lot of the books into this just one episode.
They really do.
So I was really surprised at how much they managed to cram into one pilot episode.
I agree, and it's almost making me a little nervous because this episode was fantastic. Not sure why Fox didn't officially pick up the show. Probably who knows what came out in 2011. I don't even remember, but. Netflix has got some big shoes to fill.
They do have some. But let's go ahead. Let's talk about the trailer, the long-anticipated trailer for Locke and Key on Netflix, guys. The trailer dropped this week. The show comes out February 7th on Netflix. Of course, Joe Hill wrote the comic book Locke and Key. The executive producer is Carlton Cuse, you know, from Bates Motel.
Awesome.
A producer of Bates Motel.